I've taken out dozens of wildlife officers, PhDs, and had them live interact with Sasquatch on multiple occasions. Trained in the art of tracking by a Cree Nation's elder and a military sniper, my skill sets include camouflage techniques using the terrain and its features to mask ground movement, counter surveillance, survival, evasion, and escape techniques.
I've been able to see for the first time some complete segments of Todd Standing's filming of Sasquatches, and I am firmly convinced that he has filmed Sasquatches and that what he has portrayed in his documentary are indeed very close portraits, in fact, of the Sasquatch face.
Hello, my name's Todd Standing. I'm the man who takes people into the field and has them either live interact with or eyewitness a Sasquatch. My court case is coming up in a couple days. It'll be on Tuesday, August 14th. And since I can't share my press release with all of you individually, I'm just going to read it out to you. It was written by my distributor, and it goes like this. On August 14th at 9:45 a.m. in Vancouver, British Columbia, the court case to prove the existence of Sasquatch begins in the Supreme Court of British Columbia. Todd Standing, represented by Troy Hunter of the Columbia law firm, will attempt to prove in a court of law that the species commonly referred to as Bigfoot does in fact exist, and the Department of Fish and Wildlife has been derelict in their duty by not recognizing this indigenous species. For the past decade, Todd has spent thousands of days in the backcountry wilderness of North America, risking his safety and resources to prove the existence of Sasquatch. His experiences, photographs, and videos with Sasquatch species have been featured globally in the major media. Standing has been on TV dozens of times and created a documentary, Discovering Bigfoot, that went #1 on Amazon upon its release in December 2017 and is now available in Netflix on 26 countries. Todd has taken university professors, wildlife biologists, PhDs, and even Les Stroud's survivor man himself into Sasquatch habitat and shown them the reality of the Sasquatch species. In spite of having filmed them on multiple occasions and gathered significant evidence, Fish and Wildlife have never made any attempt to investigate his claims. For the past 12 years, Todd has been challenging the departments of Fish and Wildlife from British Columbia, Alberta, Montana, Washington, and more recently with his court case in California, to come out with me in the field and I will show you a Sasquatch, only to be denied that opportunity in every instance. In his effort to protect these indigenous sentient creatures around the world, Standing and his representatives are diligently preparing evidence and documentation to prove their case. For the near term, the focus will be in the Supreme Court of British Columbia, after which time I intend to file my court case in California with researcher Claudia Ackley. Now, lots of questions, right? What happened to the California court case? What happened was Claudia Ackley and I were moving forward with it. She was doing an amazing job. I was so impressed with her. She was pushing forward in spite of all the difficulties she was having, which were significant. But what happened was a silver-tongued lawyer gave me a call and convinced me that he was going to take on this case and fight it in the best legal way and win it. And I believed him. And 6 months went by. He didn't talk to me. He didn't respond to Claudia or I. And then in Canada here, they've come down like a sledgehammer with this court case. They've accepted nothing but pushing this through at 100 miles an hour. My lawyer is stunned by how they've pressed this. They've accepted no delays. They want this done. They've worked diligently on it. They've put a ton of time in this. They've taken it very seriously. So when I contacted him and literally, just told him that the court case in Canada is coming, I'm going to have to talk about the California case, he considered that too much pressure, and he felt like I was bullying him. I wasn't bullying him. I had nothing to do with. I wanted to delay this court case. I don't feel prepared for it yet, but I had no choice in that matter. So anyways, he quit, and Claudia and I lost all the time and all the work and all the effort. Myself and my distributor spent tens of thousands of dollars getting that court case going, and we dropped it all for this silver-tongued lawyer who in fact deceived me and played Claudia and I out, and now he's not going to work with us anymore. So we have to start all over from scratch, the court case that we had going from before. But for now, it's British Columbia, and wow, are these guys being I can't believe how hard they're coming. They acted in the media like, oh, this is just ridiculous, this is no big deal. They have taken this extremely seriously. They are trying to have it dismissed on every level. They're going to have, even if I push through with this, they're going to file for an appeal for the dismissal before they even go to trial. They don't want this thing touched, and they damn well better be like that, because you know what? If this gets to court, if I get this before a judge, I will prove beyond any reasonable doubt, with PhDs testifying, fishery officers, police officers, nurses, engineers will all come. Eyewitness accounting, like unreal, spectacular eyewitness accountings. And my footage, and Jeff Meldrum's evidence, Jimmy Chilcott's fingerprint analysis, which is unreal and amazing, and the DNA that exists. I mean, I will blow them out of the water. If this goes to trial in Canada or the United States, I will blow this case out of the water. I will devastate anybody who from Fish and Wildlife tries to defend against this. The evidence to prove this species exists is way beyond any reasonable doubt. I could prove, I mean, in a murder trial, eyewitness account, DNA. I have PhDs that are going to come testify that I took them out and showed them a Sasquatch, for God's sake. I mean, I'm going to put my documentary on trial. That documentary is absolutely legit. And people are thinking, you know, this is a waste of time, this is a waste of the courts. What a crock. This is the discovery of the bloody millennium. This is enormous. And all I'm asking for, I'm not asking for money, I'm not asking for any damages. All I want is these people to come out in the wilderness and I'll show them a Sasquatch. That's all I've ever wanted. And that's what this court case is about. It's about the damage, even legally. People are like, what's my standing? Legally, my documentary is fraudulent according to Fish and Wildlife. I'm a wilderness expert. I spent thousands of days in the backcountry. I know this species exists. I've been trained by the best wilderness experts in the world, the Native Americans and the First Nations people. They know this species exists, and we've all been laughed at and mocked. All the people that have had sightings, you know, it's been crap. The species exists, and we're at a point now where it's not just the DNA, it's not just the eyewitness accounting, it's not just the videos that are all out there, the Patterson-Gimlin film, which is absolutely authentic. It's a man standing there saying, let's go do this. I take people out on expedition and I show them a Sasquatch, or they live interact with a Sasquatch, or they see evidence that's so profound that they go home believing, wow, that was incredible, there's Sasquatch out there. And this is over a very short period of time. What I did on Survivor Man, or even in my documentary with Jeff Meldrum, I never had more than 3 bloody days. And I had that kind of incredible success. I'm asking for a 3-month ecological survey from Fish and Wildlife in Montana, in Washington, in California, or in Canada, British Columbia, and Alberta. I'll get this done. It'll be finished. This species exists. It's a miracle they exist. I understand people have a lot of trouble believing in the possibility of this, but they exist, they're real, and I will take anybody out in the field and show them a Sasquatch. If it's going to lead to the next level of recognition of the species, they exist, they're out there, and I'm challenging Fish and Wildlife, and I'm not going to stop in BC. I'm going to go to Alberta, I'm going to go to Montana, I'm going to go to California. California is right up there on my hit list. I went to California, saw and filmed the Sasquatch out there. So what's it going to take? How many things, how many pieces of evidence, how many eyewitnesses is it going to take before we accept the existence of this incredible indigenous North American primate species? Hopefully, it starts with this court case, and it's coming soon. Thank you very much.